So, I wanted to tell you why we've actually decided to sell the Ineos Grenadier. Now, before the haters start to hate and saying we were flipping it for a profit, we've actually only just broken even. We pretty much just got back what we paid list price for it. So we haven't flipped it for a profit. And to give you an idea of why I wanted the car, I would say I'm more of an adventure driver rather than a hardcore off-roader, certainly not a farmer. So I wanted a vehicle that I could drive to the Alps in, and when I got there, if it was snowing, she would handle anything. Or would get me to the beach, go surfing, and I could drive to the beach and it wouldn't be an issue. So that's why I bought the car. Sort of a bittersweet situation for me, because if you've watched my other videos, you'll know that part of the car we absolutely loved. Coming from a Defender to this has definitely been a lot better than we thought it was going to be. But I'm going to explain to you why we've decided to sell. So, first of all, when we spec'd this car, the dealership and Ineos themselves knew we wanted it for a road trip and it wasn't for a commercial vehicle. But at no point did they tell us, by choosing the 5-door station wagon, it would still be classed as a commercial vehicle. So we've had problems finding insurance for this. There are very few providers. We've also had, obviously, problems with the speed limits. On a motorway, it's fine, but on a dual carriageway, we're only allowed to do 60 miles an hour. On an A road, we're only allowed to do 50 miles an hour. That wasn't made aware to us when we bought it, so that has been an issue. The steering, it's fine. Once you get used to it, it's not an issue, but I do feel they could have done more with the steering. But bearing in mind, a lot of my driving is on a normal road to get to somewhere where I'll probably only use what it's really capable of for a very short period of time. So for me, the steering could have been better, but if you're a hardcore off-roader, you'll enjoy that steering. The big issue for me is the response from Ineos themselves. So the finish on some of the like the trim at the back here and in the back seats is shoddy. It looks like a 5-year-old's done it, and they feel like there's bits missing. When I've approached the dealership and when I've approached Ineos themselves, they've said, oh yeah, it's meant to be like that. But there's no way someone would pass that. If someone brought that to me and said, the car's finished, I would go, well, why is there bare bits and glue showing and stuff like that? For 60 to 70,000 pounds, that should be right. Also, our start-stop hasn't worked. Spoke to Ineos, spoke to the dealership, and they just said, oh, it'll warm up with time. We've done 50-mile drives and it still hasn't worked. So while I love this car, and if you're buying it for the right reasons and you get the right spec, I think you'll absolutely love it. But for us, we have decided to sell this car, and we have sold it, and we will probably look to get the pickup truck and hope that it's under 2,040 kilograms, so that while it will be still classed as a commercial vehicle, it should be low enough in weight that you can do normal speed limits. We've also had a lot of people saying that this is a pretend Defender, you know, a lot of haters like that, but I really liked the Defender and I really liked the G-Wagon, so I know this looks a bit like both of them, but why wouldn't I like this? That's a bit like saying my girlfriend looks a bit like Megan Fox, but because it's not Megan Fox, I'm not going to marry her. Or your boyfriend looks a bit like George Clooney, but because it's not George Clooney, it's just ridiculous. This car looks awesome and is awesome, but I feel Ineos have rushed it to market with the finish and weren't forthright with us when they were talking about the specs and what we could use it for. So I hope this helps. If you are going to order one, make sure you get your specs right. You will enjoy this car, but for us, we're going to wait for the pickup or maybe even the electric one. Thanks for watching.